Welcome to another ABC Grab-and-Go on-demand webcast. In this webcast, we're going to cover the Bitzer's AC compressor front seal replacement.
All information provided is intended for informational purposes only and should not be used to replace either technical documents, manuals, guides, manufacturer information, or recommendations, nor the advice of a qualified professional. While the information is thought to be accurate on the date it is posted, it is provided on an as-is basis and without warranty of any kind, either expressed or implied. In addition, the information may change at any time.
So just a quick note, only skilled, certified, and trained personnel should execute HVAC service procedures. If you have no experience or it's the first time conducting these service procedures, you should be under supervision of an instructor or qualified individual trained in HVAC system maintenance. The refrigerant circuit is pressurized. Never attempt to open, perforate, weld, solder, or braze the refrigerant circuit while pressurized. Maintenance of the refrigerant circuit should be left to a qualified technician. Before opening any system, make sure the pressure in the system is brought to it and remains at atmospheric pressure. Failure to comply may result in system damage and/or personal injury. Please refer to the following presentation when placing the front seal on a Bitzer compressor in the coach and follow the maintenance instructions paperwork, which is included in the parts kit. This presentation does not include belt removal. For belt removal instructions, please refer to how to change a belt on the Bitzer compressor at the link below or in our Grab-and-Go's on the ABC website. The first generation of Bitzer compressors use felt strips to absorb compressor oil that sweeps past the front seal. The second generation has been updated to use a drain hose and is shown in the presentation. And just a side note for all this, anytime you have a bigger AC compressor, the front seal is a weeping seal, so it is normal to see some oil come from it. The first picture to your left is a picture of the clutch pulley with spanner nut still installed. An extra spanner nut and special removal tool MV0022 are shown for reference only. The picture to the right is a picture of the seal kit and part number shown for reference. Refer to the instructions included for all torque specs. Lubricate all seals prior to installation with an approved POE compressor oil, which we'll discuss later in this presentation. Some items that you will need on hand during this process. A filter dryer will need to be replaced to complete the task due to the systems being open, and you will need fresh, unused can of POE refrigerant oil. For reference to the following procedure, evacuating and recharging the HVAC system, you can refer to the appropriate maintenance manual for your coach. And this will be located in Section 8 under the climate control. Warning, the refrigerant circuit is pressurized. First, recover the refrigerant in the system before you carry out any work on the compressor. Also, perform lockout, tagout procedures so no one can start the coach. Step 1. Front seat the suction and discharge service valves to isolate the compressor from the system. Next, recover the refrigerant that is trapped in the compressor. During this process, a great time to inspect your compressor oil. If the oil is a darkish tint, it's time to be changed. Compressor oil should be inspected once a year. The following list below are approved oils. Once you completed the task earlier, now you can start by removing the clutch assembly. Remove the M10 center bolt. Install the specially designed machined M16 bolt, part number MV0022, and tighten to remove the clutch pulley. The bolt is rounded on the end to prevent crankshaft damage, and the larger threads will not damage the center spanner insert. After the clutch pulley has been removed, the 4 M8 bolts that hold the electromagnetic clutch coil to the compressor must be removed. Note, the oil collection drain tube assembly. If drain is full, this is a good time to drain the excess oil before continuing. Next, remove the woodruff key. Some scarring is acceptable, but it's important the key sits in the crankshaft properly during reassembly. If not, it will affect clutch gap. Clutch gap is not adjustable on this compressor. The three 2.5mm Allen screws are aluminum and may corrode. Using a small, flat punch, tap on the head of the screw to help loosen. Otherwise, the Allen slots may strip out when trying to loosen the screws. Remove the 8 bolts from the shaft seal cover. Screw 2 of the bolts back into the threaded holes, 180 degrees apart. As the bolts are tightened, the sealing cover will separate and uninstall from the compressor. Loosen the two 2.5mm Allen screws. Remove the sliding ring and discard. A new sliding ring is included in the seal kit. Once this is apart, this is a good time to clean the shaft and check for any end play in the shaft. Note the orientation of the round mark on the sealing plate. It's critical this oil hole is reinstalled at the 12 o'clock position. Check shaft for end play. Very little movement in and out. A slight audible clunk is okay. No up and down or left and right movement should occur. This is also a good time to clean the shaft with an emery cloth. A cross hatch pattern on the shaft should be used. Do not go back and forth on the shaft, as this could cause refrigerant leaks. The picture to your left shows you your seals, sliding ring, sliding plate that are included in the new seal kit. Remove and replace the inner seal ring shown right. Install the new O-ring on the sliding plate. Lubricate O-rings and shafts with clean POE oil. Install the sliding plate with the oil hole at the 12 o'clock position. Install the new sliding ring and tighten the 2 Allen screws and torque to 2.5 Nm or 1.8 foot-pounds. The square cut O-ring on the hub of the shaft seal cover is replaced by a round cut O-ring. Lubricate with new POE. Remove the outer seal from the shaft seal cover and discard. Install the new seal provided in the kit. Lubricate sealing surfaces with new POE oil. Please note, do not touch the seal with cardboard or fingers, as this can cause damage to the seal. Note the inner hub seal on the sealing cover is not replaced or included in the seal kit. Lubricate O-rings and shaft with POE oil. Slide the shaft seal cover over the compressor crankshaft using the orientation mark. Line up bolt holes and torque the bolts. The seal on the sealing cover is not replaced or included in this seal kit. Install the sealing cover with the oil collection tube oriented at the bottom as shown. Torque bolts to 40 Nm or 30 foot-pounds. Clean any oil from the tube and verify it is secure in the holding clip. Install the electromagnetic clutch and torque the 4 mounting bolts to 25 Nm or 18 foot-pounds. Using a pair of spanner pliers, remove the center spanner nut from the pulley assembly. Removing the spanner nut allows for easier installation of the clutch pulley on the compressor crankshaft and woodruff key. Once the pulley is installed, reinstall the spanner nut and the center M10 bolt. Torque to 70 Nm or 52 foot-pounds. Once you have replaced the seal, it is recommended to replace the dryer. Anytime you've had the AC system open to the air, the dryer should be replaced. Once the dryer is replaced, you will need to vacuum down the compressor and the dryer to 500 microns. Once a stable vacuum is held for 2 minutes, you can replenish the refrigerant and remove before replacing the seal.
And this concludes another ABC Grab-and-Go on-demand webcast. For questions regarding this webcast, please contact ABC's Technical Service Department at 877-427-7278. Listen for the prompts for Coach Technical Support and select the appropriate option. Support is available at this number 24/7.